Good morning. It's October the 11th, 2016. We will have full markets today with all players. Not much news to drive the trading here nor around the world. Biggest news out of Japan was the economic watchers sentiment was lower than forecast. The German zoo economic sentiment and the EU economic sentiment were much higher than forecast. We've got small business optima. Some index this morning came in lower than forecast, and then we have a labor market conditions index that was minus 0.7 last time. So very little way in the way of news. My guess is today's market will hinge on the direction of the ES, and it sold starting in Asia due to the Samsung announcement that they're withdrawing their Galaxy 7 Note from the market due to battery fires. Apple's also, I believe, had some battery fire problems too. So getting extra power, extra life in the smaller packages is becoming a problem. Whether the Samsung's woes will carry through into our market remains to be seen. The only market that was off around the globe was Hong Kong and the E-mini. The E-mini, Hong Kong was off quite a bit. The ES was down 4 points. So the direction of the ES, I think, is going to drive the trading. This is auction week. Tomorrow we have the 3 and the 10-year. The 10-year paper is usually the weak auction. You can't move paper in a down market, so my guess is that we'll start to see some support coming to the markets today to support this week's auction. And so I'm I'm leaning to the buy side, especially if we get some help from the E-mini this morning. Overnight support is in the 20 to 22 area. We're at 26. We've got resistance at 28. So 27.31 is sell 1. 3 to 7. Sell 2 like a broken record. The break's at 24.5 right here, so 20 to 24. Like to get it done at 21 or better is buy 1, and then 13 to 17 buy 2. Pretty tight. Probably if we are going to sell, it'll happen early in the session. If we don't sell early in the session, the longer the day goes on, the more likely it is that we will rally. Okay, the auctions aren't until tomorrow, so we can and could see some selling today as they set up the auctions. Okay, looking at the 30-year, 16 to 20, number 1, 23.27, sell 2, sell 1, 65.0307, sell 2. The knob spread has strengthened overnight. 4 to 8, number 1, 29 to 01, buy 1, 21.25, buy 2. And if the E-mini does continue to sell this morning, I believe that's probably the best indicator we're going to get that Treasury is going to trade higher. Gold was off a bit last night. The 50 to 52 would be obvious support right down here in this area. Right here, but we have stopped just below 55. So 53.55, buy 1. 51.49, buy 2. On the sell side, 63.65, sell 1. 68.70, sell 2. Looking at the euro, really got hit pretty hard. I didn't see any specific news associated with it, but you can see what happens when the London low comes out, when they go for stops below M. It's a pretty straight shot down. So right now the buck would be the obvious place for support. And then 10.75 for buy 2. On the sell side, the spill was from 35, so 20 to 30, sell 1. 50 to 60, sell 2. Like I said, I didn't see any news associated with it, and the European markets were higher. Okay, crude's off a little bit. IMF put out a article and study overnight that's saying that the market is closer to coming into balance than thought if the OPEC agreement is done and adhered to. And adhering to it's always the problem. So the market's opposed to coming into balance, depending on the current projections, are second half of 2017, saying the market can come into balance the first half of 2017 if the deal is adhered to. So a lot of stuff is pointing to the fact that the worst is behind us in crude, that the low is in, and we're going to establish a trading range of, say, 45 minus right now to 50 plus. Goldman has said 53. I think we're going to get stops above 51.75, so minimally. So I would say 52, 50, 53 is probably, for planning purposes, a good place to think about setting major shorts. Okay, we have a B behind us. We have rejected prices above 51.35. Right now the market is pointed lower. So 50.50, 50.25 by 1. And then 49.75, 50 by 2. On the sell side, 51.25, 51.50, sell 1. Then 52 even, 52.25, sell 2. My idea is they'll go get stops above 51, I don't know, 75. And maybe above 52 if they're that close. Okay, down to the E-mini. What's it going to do? It's been in a tight trading range. My guess is, without news, we're probably going to stay in a trading range. Best supports in that 2140 area. Best resistance is 2165. It is pointed lower. You can see right here on the Asian split, the small letter A, that the selling has continued. So resistance at 2160.65 is held. And maybe we're going to test support at 45 to 50 or 2140, 2145. So first buy will come up will be in the 51.49 area. Pretty aggressive. We got a B right here, but stops below 2150. and then 44.46 for buy 2. On the sell side, 55.57, 59.61. No news to drive today's trading. Biggest news out overnight were Samsung's battery problems with their Galaxy 7 Note. It's been pulled from production and off the market, and they're desperately looking for a quick redo on the battery that will plug in and fit the current space allotted to it in the Note 7. So the Note 7 is just delayed on its rollout as opposed to canceled. Big problem. Put some holes in their earnings for this year. Okay, it's going to take a bit to get stuff up and posted. I'm going to get busy on that. Back with you as soon as possible.